Thank you for your sacrifice and for being here today. We typically give thanks and celebrate with family and friends during the holidays. But for Maritza, Justin, Jaden, and Angelina Ramos, Cindy Gonzalez, Peixia Chen, Weitang Liu, and Shuyan Li, who I had a chance to meet as well, every Christmas over the past 3 years has been one more painful reminder of the loss that they suffered on December 20th of 2014. For it was on that day, less than 1 week before Christmas, that detectives Rafael Ramos and Wenjin Liu of the New York Police Department were senselessly gunned down while on duty. They were doing what they loved to do and what they were proud to do, protecting the citizens of New York City. Their dedication exemplifies what it means to be a public servant, to improve their communities and the lives of others, despite the inherent dangers. Detective Ramos, a dedicated Mets fan who had a taste for ham and cheese sandwiches, once told a fellow church member that he wanted to bring something more to the uniform. He sure did. Detective Ramos was scheduled to graduate from the New York State Chaplains Task Force the day after he lost his life. For his part, when Detective Liu was once asked why he wanted to be a police officer, he replied, and I quote, "I know that being a cop is dangerous, but I must do it. If I don't do it, then who is going to do it?" Detectives Ramos and Liu made the ultimate sacrifice. We owe them and their brave family members who have come here today a tremendous debt of gratitude. We cannot begin to fathom your pain, but we can honor your sacrifice. And the FCC attempts to do that today by adopting rules so that police officers across America and the communities they so proudly serve will be better protected. Specifically, we are creating a dedicated Blue Alert event code in the emergency alert system. Similar to the Amber Alerts that many are familiar with, Blue Alerts will enable authorities to warn the public when there is actionable information related to a law enforcement officer who is missing, seriously injured, or killed in the line of duty, or when there's an imminent threat to an officer. These warnings can be sent to the public through broadcast, cable, satellite, and wireline video providers. Officials may also send Blue Alerts through the wireless emergency alert system to consumers' wireless phones. We aim to promote compatible and integrated Blue Alert plans throughout the United States, consistent with the Rafael Ramos and Wenjin Liu National Blue Alert Act of 2015. 6 months ago, at the Department of Justice, I made a promise to adopt these rules, and I'm pleased that my fellow commissioners and I make good on that promise here today. Obviously, what we do here doesn't change what happened that sad afternoon in New York, but it does respect these officers' spirit and courage. I want to thank William Johnson, Executive Director of the National Association of Police Organizations, for his advocacy and support for Blue Alerts, and especially the family members who are here today. I also want to acknowledge the unwavering support from members of the U.S. Department of Justice's Office of Community-Oriented Policing Services, who have joined us this morning. Acting Director and National Blue Alert Coordinator Russell Washington, Deputy National Blue Alert Coordinator Vince Davenport, Senior Counsel to the Director Shanetta Cutler, and Blue Alert Team Leader Tracy Johnson-Farrell. I also want to extend a special thanks to Deputy Chief Thomas Burns, Commanding Officer of the NYPD Employee Relations Section, and his staff, Lieutenant Deborah Lott, Sergeant Patrick Whalen, and Officer Frank Russo. Each of them plays a very important role in consoling grieving family members of fallen NYPD police officers. I'm also grateful to Detective Jose Falero and Sergeant Johnny Yin from the NYPD for safely escorting our guests this morning all the way from New York. And last but not least, for their tireless efforts and dedication to keeping the American people safe, I want to thank our fantastic staff of the Public Safety and Homeland Security Bureau, Rochelle Cohen, Greg Cook, Lisa Folks, Nikki McGinnis, Linda Pintro, Austin Randazzo, and James Wiley, and Anjali Singh and David Horowitz from the Office of General Counsel. Thank you for all you've done to get us to this step today. With that, we will call for a vote. Commissioner Clyburn.
Aye.
Commissioner Riley.
Aye.
Commissioner Ricard.
Aye.
Commissioner Rosenworcel.
Approve in part, dissent in part.
The chair votes aye. The item is adopted with editorial privileges granted as requested. Thanks to all of you for your presentation and for your dedication to this effort. Their memory will not be forgotten. Thank you. Madam Secretary, please announce the next item on today's agenda.
Mr. Chairman and Commissioners, the second item on your agenda, entitled Promoting Telehealth in Rural America, will be presented by the Wireline Competition Bureau. Chris Monteith, Chief of the Bureau, will give the introduction.